Hello, beautiful Karina. How are you?
Hi, Lucy. I'm great. How are you?
I am doing really well, thanks. And well done you for getting up early because it's Australia time right now for you, which is what time in the morning?
It's just 7 o'clock this morning, so 7 o'clock for a Saturday.
Oh, well, this is how much Karina actually wants to share herself with you girls today watching this. So she's getting up at 7 a.m. on her Saturday to come in and share about her experience in Soul to Soul. So before we do, Karina, do you just want to introduce yourself and so we know where you're from and all that jazz?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Karina. I'm from Australia. I live about 2 hours north of Sydney. So beautiful part of the world, lots of beaches, lots of awesome things to explore where I live. So yeah.
Beautiful. And what do you do?
So I actually work as a preschool teacher and I work as a gym instructor. We're teaching aerobics classes.
Amazing. And then we'll obviously that question's kind of like you're like, well, now I'm going to be doing all these other things in Soul to Soul, but we'll start off with that. So Karina, you might want to slap me around a little bit for asking you this question, but can we just take a moment to actually wind the clock back and go back to when you and I had our very first call together and just take a minute to really drop into where you were at in your life and what wasn't working and why you even made the call in the first place?
Yeah, so it was actually really interesting. So I had a couple of years where there was, quite a few significant events that occurred in my life, and all of a sudden one day, this, workshop module came up on Facebook, and it was a sponsored ad, and I never even look into those. I never do any of those breakthrough calls. I never get involved in those, and for some reason it just called to me, and I watched the video that was attached to it, and then I went, why not, I'll just book in. And it just called out to me. So, and then when I got on the call, it really just made me realize how disconnected I was with this life in general. I was so just down and out. I just lost all faith in life and my future and anything that was even possible for me. So it just, it was a really, I guess it was very confronting, but I knew some of it on the flip side, but very confronting on the other side. So, and just made me, maybe I knew I had to do something, but it just really consolidated that I needed to do something for myself. And
The reason I'm laughing here, I don't normally laugh at this part of the call, is because when I spoke to you and then I saw you on the call, you're smiling as you're telling us this stuff. I don't know if you can notice this, but I'm like over here laughing because you're so lit up and you're reflecting back on it, but there's actually so much radiance in your face when that is not the place that you were in at all. So just for the sake of our gorgeous women watching, I'm loving that what's shining through is all this possibility, and now you're on this amazing trajectory, and we're going to get to that. But can you just, it's so amazing though, Karina. Like, I certainly can't believe that now I'm the one looking at you going, okay, can we just come back into to where you were though? Whereas you're just like, yeah, so really good problem to have though, right? So if you really tap back in, Karina, I just remember the sadness that was in your voice. And I know it's uncomfortable to go back there, but there was a lot of grief. There was a lot of that giving up kind of energy. Like, is this actually possible for me? Could you just share a little bit about, a bit more about that?
yeah, so like I'll be the first to admit I'd given up on life completely. I didn't know how to smile anymore. I didn't know how to have fun anymore. I had completely given up. I had just come out of a relationship that, was my first relationship, and it, really, like, I never thought I was actually going to meet anybody. So at that point, and then when that happened and that went, that didn't work out, it really hit home for me that I went, well, maybe I'm not supposed to be with anyone. And and from that, I was just so sad, and I hadn't allowed myself to even experience feelings for most of my life. I just, numbed and blocked them away and pushed them down.
That is what I'm seeing with so many women that come into Soul to Soul. Extraordinary women, just like you, right? Absolutely phenomenal. Yet your whole emotional life was closed down. There was no light on. So even though you were being online and, you know, putting yourself out there, so to speak, it's ludicrous because it's like you haven't got anything to offer anyway. And this is what so many women are doing, is they're just putting themselves out there, going online, making themselves go out, when in actual fact they're in a shell of who they really are. And now, oh my gosh, we're going to get to all the good stuff, I promise. But back then, Karina, what was really the worst part for you day to day? Why did you want to do something about it? What was the worst part for you?
I actually just felt like I wasn't connected to the world. Like I just felt like I was very disconnected. Very disconnected. I wasn't part of the world. I wasn't where everyone else was in their life. I was getting too old to have a family. I just felt very in my own little bubble and just very disconnected and very alone, in this world. So just very, very, very disconnected from everything.
And isolated too. I feel that energy of like you're out on your own island.
Yeah. I was definitely on my own island. I wouldn't let anyone into that island either. So
right. So in the context of how you used to live, would you find your relationships and your friendships were very kind of one-dimensional, looking back?
Yeah. Looking back now, definitely. Yeah. And like I wouldn't give myself. I wouldn't give any of myself. I would just always be the people pleaser and make sure that I was accepted. And
Because that's more important than anything, right? To be accepted and to make other people happy. Okay. So I've got to get to this new place of, okay, so going through Soul to Soul, Karina, I just love you so much because it's like your soul does not want to hang out in that place anymore. It's so funny. Huh?
No, it doesn't. No way.
So could you just, sorry, it's my husband who's sick in the background if anyone can hear him snipping. We're not here to be perfect though, right? So could you please share with us, not going into detail about Soul to Soul, but what was it for you that was so powerful during that process, being part of the sisterhood? Why has this changed your life on every level?
The really big thing I got initially was just that coming back to my joy. Like I can't remember the last time I smiled, this much, and just knowing that I can do anything I want to do and can get out and just have fun and actually I've developed that confidence again in myself to know that I can be seen for who I am and that people like what they see. And
Yes.
it just feels really amazing. Like in the last, 8 to 12 weeks, I've had more male attention than I've had in my whole life. And
yes, sister.
And just going through this program with beautiful soul sisters that are on the same journey and on the same path, and they know, and just being able to connect with them and knowing that they're going through exactly the same, not exactly the same, but the same feelings, and lots of similar things come up, and you're just able to share yourself with them and learn from them and grow with them. And it is just so empowering. I've just found it so empowering. So
what else has it opened up for you, Karina? Now, I know you said to us that you're a preschool teacher and you're a gym instructor as well, but there's a lot of shifts. So for those of you watching, Karina is now in my one-year mastermind, Empress Empire. She's like, yep, not getting off this train. And she's gone through a whole nother up level. But do you want to just let us into your amazing year ahead on what's starting to now become available that just wasn't even on the forecast for you?
Yeah, definitely. So I knew before I started Soul to Soul that teaching wasn't my passion. I had outgrown me. I was just stuck in the rabbit warren of, going around life with how it was and didn't think there was anything better to explore. And now I know that, the possibilities are endless, and, the world's my oyster, and whatever I want to do, I can do, like I can choose to do anything I want to do. And just, so I've actually made steps already just to take some leave and travel something that I haven't done a lot of, and just have had a little bit of travel recently, and I'm just now addicted. So I'm taking the time to do things that feel right to me and that call out to me. And I know that, you know, later down the path that I will be a beautiful healer in some capacity,
Yes.
and that I'm being called to. And so I'm just doing lots of things that really talk to that energy at the moment, and just know that, you know, the universe will direct me with whichever path that takes. But yeah, that's what I'm destined to do. You know, that's my passion, that's my purpose. So
well, you're now, honey, saying yes to Karina. That's what I noticed is the biggest shift for you. It was before, it was almost like, yep, don't come in, like don't make me take up space. And now the woman that you're being for your other soul sisters that were in Soul to Soul and now are in Empress Empire, who you're being for them is a complete light, blazing this path, saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then you're taking yourself out, you're noticing a lot of male attention. So it's really you now taking up space and leaning into life. And so can you share with us now how you feel about this divine man coming into your life?
I'm actually so excited. I know it. I can actually feel his energy. You know, I know his energy is around, and I can feel him around me. And I know that's done. And I know that, you know, whenever that comes into my life, whenever I track that in, is, you know, it's out of my control. But, you know, I used to be so online on the dating apps and just putting all my power into online dating, and, you know, what the men wanted to do. You know, like I would just give away my power so much and just say to these men, you know, if you want to catch up again, feel free. You know, like I just wasn't even if you know, I wanted to. And I just know now that, you know, I don't have to deal with all of that rubbish and bullshit of apps anymore. I can just enjoy my life and have fun and experience all these beautiful possibilities, and know that, you know, when the time's right, this amazing man's going to come into my life that, you know, I'll be starting a family with, and just sharing the most beautiful, connected, deep love. That's a love that I've never experienced before. So,
oh my God. So two things that are super juicy in that. One is you've got no attachment to the outcome. You know it's done. You feel it in your being. And I know that those of you watching can feel that too. It's just such certainty, which Karina did not have before, right? You came to me like, you didn't
no way.
Possible.
Yeah.
And the other thing is just giving yourself permission to take up all the space, and knowing that you're enough, knowing that you've got boundaries now, and you speak up and you expect the best to happen to you. This is what I want to call out, is you expect it now. And it's just a completely different Karina. You're now the real Karina, because it's always been living inside of you. But now you're tapped in and turned on in your sensuality, in your confidence with your light. And I mean, I'm still laughing at the beginning of the call. You're just like smiling all the way through. I'm like, Karina, this is where you were going into where you were struggling. And I thought you'd find that really easy to do, but you're like, I could just sense you're just like, I don't want to talk about that. So it's a unique chat that I'm having with you, because, you know, the other girls will drop in and you can feel it, whereas you're just, it's so funny. You're like, I just want to talk about all the things that are actually working for me. So was there anything that had nearly stopped you from doing Soul to Soul? Was there any resistance?
I will be honest, you know, for a good 8 weeks, you know, after I started doing Soul to Soul, you know, I had sleepless nights. You know, it really, you know, there was lots of resistance, there was lots of fear, but I just knew that this was, you know, all part of my process. And I knew that there was, you know, this amazing time to come. And it just, you know, it pushed me through. And, you know, there is fears, there is doubts, but, you know, they don't belong to me. You know, they don't belong to me. You know, they're just things that come into my mind, and I don't need to listen to them because they're not true. So,
okay, so you're talking about the fears that came up during the process, which absolutely happens because we go really deep. But was there anything that nearly stopped you from doing Soul to Soul, or was it just an easy decision for you?
Initially, it was a very easy decision. When I was on the call, I was like, yep, doing that. And then, obviously, when I got off the call, it was a little bit of, you know, fear then. What have I done? What am I doing? And, you know, what have I got myself into? And is this, you know, is this really going to work? You know, like, is this really going to work? And I just went, you know what, you just have to give this a go. You just have to put everything into this, and it's an investment in you. So yeah, I just put my all into it and went with it. So
you gave it everything. And what are you most proud of, Karina, about you showing up for you? What stands out to you the most right now? Because you showed up phenomenally, and you actually had such an impact on your other soul sisters as well. As you know, they've commented on that, on who you were for them. So what are you most proud of right now that we can celebrate? That's my dog, Stevie Nicks, really. She's in the background.
I'm just most proud of taking action in my life, taking action to actually live my life and not just exist in my life, and taking this beautiful action to enjoy every moment of my life. Like, I'm not waiting for a man to come in and make my life complete. I'm just doing the things that I want to do, and knowing, I'm proud that I'm, not just, sitting around going, when is this happening? I'm just getting on with life and getting stuck into things that I never thought I'd do. So, I'm about to start doing singing lessons and getting out of my comfort zone. I'm really proud of getting out of my comfort zone and knowing that the universe is supporting me in doing all these risks and taking all these beautiful opportunities that I would never, ever have taken before.
Oh my goodness, you are thriving is what you're doing. And it's so true. It's like we've got to get ourselves into alignment with our own joy first. A lot of the time I see so many women who do temporary bits of joy, like a holiday here and there, or a quick facial, or, mani-pedi, and they last for a second. But what you're shining through the screen right now is that you're so committed to your joy and to your path and to filling yourself up, Karina. Everything that you want is absolutely inevitable because you're a vibrational match now. That's what's happening. The energy you have now from when we spoke just over 12 weeks ago, because she also did the accelerator in Soul to Soul, about 12 weeks ago now, 13 weeks ago. Oh my goodness. It is night and day. If we were to put that video on now compared to this, holy shit, Bill.
Yeah.
In the best possible way. So what would you say one of the favourite parts for you was about the process? What do you think something that stays with you now that you've got for life?
Just the ability to just really tap into my heart and feel into and trust my intuition and trust my gut and tap into those feelings and be able to share my feelings with others feeling with my heart is a big one. Yeah.
Beautiful. So what would you say to anyone watching this right now who feels drawn to Soul to Soul, who knows that they need an expert and a proven process to actually get them to where they want to go, but there's a lot of fear and resistance with actually taking action on that? What would you say to that beautiful soul sister right now who's watching you?
Just jump into it. Just don't listen to the fears. Just jump yourself into it. Do it all, because honestly, it will change your life. It will just take your life on a whole different path. You may think that, you're just waiting for the man to come in, but, you'll find that there's other aspects of your life that will just up level so much from this process. And just do it. You'll never look back and regret taking this step, because it's just the most amazing journey every step of the way. So
beautiful. Can they reach out to you as well if they have any questions?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. I'm more than happy for that. So yeah.
It's a bit of dodgy internet connection. What I love that I'm feeling so strongly, Karina, is that you've just got your zest of life back. And for anyone that's watching this, that might think, oh, I'm already doing all that stuff. Yeah. No. There's a difference between thinking we're doing something and actually living in that whole new version of ourselves consistently, right? Actually being excited about the future and excited about the man coming in and knowing in yourselves that it's all unfolding. That's what I notice about you right now is there is no rush. There is no panic. There is no fear. You're just like, bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on.
Bring it on. So
bring on the best years of my life.
Yeah. How do you feel about the future now for the rest of this year?
Oh, I just feel amazing. I know that, I went through IVF by myself, 3 times because of in that whole lack energy of feeling like I'm too old and I'm never going to have children. And now I just know I've just canned all that. I've told them to take me off I'm still on the list, but take the donor away, like I don't need the donor. I don't need that process because I know that, my amazing man's coming in this year and, we're going to have our own family. It's just going to be the way that I really, truly desire it. So it just feels so sublime to know that in this next 12 months, there's just going to be so many beautiful things in my life. So, yeah.
Yes, Karina. What I love so much about you right now, and I could A, watch this all day, but B, what you want to notice for those of you watching Karina right now is there is no jazz hands. There is no pitch going on. Like neither of us are here right now to sell anyone on anything, right? We're just having a chat because this has profoundly changed her life and her point of attraction. She's now doing all these radical things in her life, quite literally, that before she was just hovering and stagnant, right, Karina? I can say that. You were completely stagnant. It was just almost like you were sitting like that when we first chatted. And now you've activated this feminine energy and you've been getting a lot of comments from friends and relationships have shifted for you. Like it's up-leveled every area of your life. And you can't fake inner confidence, right? We can be out there with like pretending we're confident, but right now you're just sitting in all your magic right now. And this is why you're magnetic, that you expect it all to unfold for you. So I just want to celebrate and acknowledge who you're being for yourself right now. And it's been an absolute honor and joy to work with you. And now I get to still keep working with you in Empress Empire. And can't wait to come in and we'll do another chat soon with all the other things that start coming into your life. But thank you so much for coming and sharing your journey with us. And listen, like Karina said, don't think about it, just do it. If it's something that's speaking to you, there is always a way for the committed and there's always an excuse and a reason for the uncommitted. And as humans, we are programmed to keep putting things in the way, thinking we've got to wait to be ready, wait to be ready, wait to be ready. Life doesn't wait for anyone. We're not promised to. So,
and there's definitely a reason that it's speaking out to you. If this is calling out to you, there's a reason it's doing that. That's something telling you to take up that opportunity.
That's right. If you're still watching this to this point as well, that's because you are absolutely resonating with it. So why should you be the one to miss out on getting the support that you deserve? We don't get that emotional support that we need as a little girl. We come through life still in that little girl energy of the victimhood and the limitations and the not enoughness. And now, like, I'm reaching out my hand to you, and so is Karina, just saying, who are you not to get the best level of support that's going to change your life so you can have the love that you want in your life? Because hope doesn't work. It's not going to get you there. Just waiting for the universe to bring it, it's not going to happen. The universe might bring you a guy, but he's not going to be aligned if you're not aligned with your magic already. So on that note, darling, I've got to jump on a call, but thank you so much for sharing your time with us and your story with us. And if you want to reach out to Karina, then you can. She's in the group, so you can just message her. All right.
Right, pleasure.
Thank you, darling heart. So much love.
Bye.
For you. Bye.